No. Have a seat, please. All right, at the top of your page, what I want you to write is Unit 1.
Unit 1's review.
Linear relations review. Okay? And actually, in the interest of not making it too long, I split it in half. So I'll do just over half today, and I'll do the other half tomorrow. Okay. 1. First topic that we got to talk about, the equation of a line. Is. Ooh. What is? Thank you, Peter. That's exactly right. Y equals mx plus b. I hope I have done, we have said that so many times that you're almost bored with it. If not, it's on your review sheet. Now it's on your review sheet. Yeah, we've just put it on your review sheet. Oops.
You gave us the review sheet, right?
This is me making up the review page, like your study sheet. Then I'm going to give you, some people grabbed it yesterday, but I'm going to give you a list of questions to do. My intention is that when I finish reviewing today, I'll have reviewed the exact stuff you need to do the first half of your review. Okay. Now, but to understand what y equals mx plus b means, we need to add a little bit of information here. We need to tell people what the m is.
Slope.
Slope. Good. And what the b is.
Y-intercept.
Y-intercept. And actually, very carefully during the chapter, I switched over what word I was using. We started with one word, and we switched to a different word. So actually, you may not realize slope and y-intercept were the words that I ended up with, but they weren't the words that I started with. When we started talking about this, we had different words for these. And I want to put them on there. Does anybody remember what the other word for slope was? Rate. Good. That was the rate. And then y-intercept? Start value. Good. Oh, we're in good shape. Start value. That's actually all I have to say about that. We used it in a lot of different ways, but that's the equation of a line. We need the slope and we need the y-intercept. Okay? I'm already ready for topic 2. And topic 2 jumps right from topic 1. Topic 2 is slope. Daniel, question? No. Slope. Slope equals rise over run. Good. Wow. I'm very impressed that we have all these words available. You might not even have to look at your study sheet when you're doing your review, which is good because you won't have your study sheet on the test. So this stuff has got to be, you got to get to the point where you remember it. Now, when we wanted to do slope though, we used the letter M, and we had a formula to use. Rise over run works sometimes.
Y2 minus Y1.
Yeah. Wow, this is going easy. I am going to replace the video, Joe. The other video is longer because we had to really talk about all these things. But that's okay. If you're looking at this going, ooh, I don't remember some of this stuff, that's okay because that's what this study sheet's for. And I'm going to do a quick example over here. So right beside there, put the example because that formula for some people isn't working perfect yet. Sort of got the idea, but not really. I saw in the quiz some people were labeling it, but couldn't quite plug it in. And especially negatives are a problem. So I'm going to make sure my example has negative issues. Okay, so if you didn't get perfect on the quiz, those of you who got perfect on the quiz and got like 10 out of 10, you're like, okay, I know what to do here. If you didn't get perfect, something little went wrong. And I tried to design an example very carefully that deals with all the issues that some people had. Does anyone remember the first step? Daniel.
Plug in the Y.
Yeah. Well, what are these? So let me put arrows out over each one of these. Because if you're having trouble with these, that's what you need, is little arrows to say what these things are. What's the negative 2?
Y.
X1.
It's the first x value, so it's x1. And then this is y1. Good. So if you're having trouble with this before, this chapter is designed to keep hammering away at it. Don't give up yet. You might suddenly go, oh, I get that now. I see where we need there. How about this one? This 4, what is it?
Y.
X2. And so the negative 9 is? Y2. Very good. Very good. Then it's just plug it in. So the y2 is negative 9. Some people, when they filled it into the formula, didn't write negative 9. They just wrote 9. Okay? So you got to watch your negatives. Negative 9 minus the y1, which is 3. Now, this is where most people made their mistake. x2 is 4. Then it says subtract x1, which is negative 2. Many people forgot that it's subtract a negative, and that messed them up. Yeah, it does become add, but that's not the point of what I'm saying, is you got to be aware that it's subtracting a negative. Then your calculator can help you the rest of the way. If negatives aren't your deal, that's okay, as long as you know how to type this into your calculator. Yeah? Negative 9 minus 3, negative 12, good. And then 4 minus negative 2, that's a tough negative question, 6. But then, check to see if this reduces or divides evenly. You just check to see if it reduces down. Does it divide evenly?
Yeah,
Negative 2. I'm going to put a box around that example, okay? Or I'm not going to be able to go to a box, but I'm going to surround it. Because that's directly, you know that's coming. There's going to be a couple questions where you have to find slope. Any questions there? Well, if you're getting bored, I have 10 total topics. I find it easier when I do 6 on the first day, making the second day a little shorter. So, we've got to survive 6. You've been doing well. The last few minutes have been really good. I've been very impressed. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden we settled down and things are going well here. Yes? Okay. I lost my controller. Do you need more time here?
We're good.
Danny. Maybe we'll see you when he gets back, okay? Wait.
Oh, I asked her.
I know, but the last 3 days, you've asked 3 times during the class to go. Then you're gone for a long time. One day you go to the bathroom and you're out at the fountain. It's my job to keep track of you. And you've been going. Yeah? So if we kept track for the semester, you've asked and gone out like 25 times. That's the first time he's asked ever. He's usually here, just paying attention. Yeah? So I'm not trying to be unfair. All right. Shh. Leave the chairs. Leave the rulers. Just this. Do you need more time here? Topic 3 is a very small topic. It was talked about in the lessons, but I don't know if it was exactly covered very well. So I'm just going to add one little topic in here. Shh. Steepness.
Pass me the meter stick.
Yeah, you really got to chill out, man.
Thank you.
Steepness. I'm going to do it all in one sentence. Some people were asking about this yesterday. Some people who got the review early were asking about this. Steeper lines have larger slopes. That's the whole story about steepness. You might have heard the word steepness. Like slope's the word we use in class. Steepness is the one they might use in the real world. Here, let me show you what it might look like. Say I give you a slope, and it's like slope 5. It's going up pretty fast. But if then I switched and said, no, no, watch this slope. Slope 10. I've tried to draw it sort of accurately so you can get that picture of what's going on there. Daniel? Xavier? Oh, we've locked him out. Okay. Yeah, it's just a door, folks. Let's try and hold it together. Yeah.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, it stayed locked after the lockdown. That's all.
Devin, didn't you say? Wait, Devin was not even here for the class.
Devin was here for the lockdown. He just asked to go to the washroom a minute ago. Let's just focus here. Not worry about Devin or the washroom or anything like that. Just wait. Let me finish this. Stop. Stop. Just this. Do you see 10 steeper? Bigger number. It's going up. It's got a bigger rate, so then it makes a steeper line. That's all. That's all I got to say about that. Is bigger numbers are steeper slopes.
That's it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this something we'll be able to test? Like,
Yeah, it might come up. I think there's one question review. Which of these lines is steeper? You just got to look at the two numbers. The bigger one's the steeper one. That's it. Yeah, yeah. Nothing too complicated there. But a new word, right? So I got to mention it because it's steeper. Oops. That did a little jump there because the touch screen is on. I'll turn that off. There we go. All right. I said 6 topics. This is the biggest one. And it went pretty well. I was surprised. Actually, on the quiz, doing this, some people had some trouble with it, but on the assignment, doing this part, people did pretty well. So that's interesting how that went. 4. This is called graphing lines. And to keep it as simple as possible, I'm actually just going to do an example. I'm just going to go, here's what we do. And hopefully this seems familiar because we did a bunch of them. Example. Say I've got y equals 2/3 x minus 5. I'm going to use some arrows to point at all the information that's given there because there's a lot of information right there. What does the negative 5 represent? That's the y-intercept. How about the 2? Specifically, it's slope, but the 2 as part of the slope, which part of the slope is it? That's the rise. And the 3 then is the run. So here's the steps to graphing lines. Put the y-intercept. On the y-axis. Two. Oh, and here, that number was negative 5. We'd use negative 5 in this particular example. Rise 2 and run 3 to get other points. And there's a step 3. But step 3 is nice. Draw the line. Get your ruler out and draw the line. Don't get your ruler out and hit somebody. Don't get your ruler out and make a weird noise. Or try to play hockey with it. Don't do that. Draw the line. Or make a helicopter. Oh, yeah. Do these steps seem familiar to you? Yeah. And there'll be ones like that in the review where you can attempt that, okay? What's that?
You said not to do it, and then they started doing it.
I know. It was a work in progress. We're working on it, aren't we? Slowly but surely.
I can't do it with my ruler.
I must tell you, I'm happy with the progress, but we got to keep going. Do you need more time there?
Yeah, one second.
Okay, take your time. I got 5 and 6. 5 is very fast, and 6 is really fast. So we're almost done this part of it, which is good because I wanted you to have some time to work on your review. Well, I've got updated marks for you. So you've got assignments still to work on. What's up? What's happening? More paper? It's right there beside the pencils. More time? Yeah, well, keep writing, please.
Yeah, it was a big piece of paper. I took a square off, but it's on my box. It's tiny.
Okay? 5. Parallel and perpendicular lines.
I hate spelling the word parallel.
What do parallel lines look like?
Straight.
Two lines that have the same angle.
Yeah. Same angle. Yeah, they never touch. Oh, that's all the correct stuff. Beautiful. You know all about them. I'm going to write one sentence underneath. Parallel lines have equal slope. That's the easier one. When you're under parallel lines, you're like, oh, slope's the same. That's supposed to be the easy one. Perpendicular lines, not quite so easy. Here we go. I'm going to draw 2 perpendicular lines. Actually, I'm going to draw the first one, and then I'll get someone to describe what the perpendicular line would look like. If that's the first line, what's perpendicular mean?
Can I do it?
Yeah, tell me.
Well, can I do it?
No, just tell me.
So it would be like exactly 90 degrees.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on here. It meets at a 90-degree angle. To show it meets at a 90-degree angle, we put a little square there to say, at it exactly at a right angle. We got a B. Do we have a B? Do we have a bee allergy in the room? No? No, we don't.
I'm scared of bees.
I'm chilling. Yeah.
Okay. The best thing to do is let him land. Just leave it alone. No, we're not going to let him live. We're going to let him land. Shh, no, sit down, Xavier. Sit down. If he's just flying around, he's not here to sting.
You don't spray with guns or something. Let him outside.
That is not easy to do.
No, if you attack the bee, you're most likely going to put us in danger.
No, folks,
You could be. I think we should just kill it strictly.
it's not my first day, and it's not my first bee. Yep, I know.
Can I? I'll push him.
Daniel, sit down. Sit down. Sit down.
Bro, Xavier's up.
Mr. Tall.
Did you get him?
You're so good.
It's like stuck
No,
to the
leave it
wall.
there.
Leave him.
Stop
Oh,
running
it's
me
still
alive.
alive.
And now he's in your food bowl.
Folks, we really have to learn to settle down. Settle down. Sit down. Sit down.
Can we make him decompose?
Sit down. Sit down.
Big Xavier Zappa. He said that in technology. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, Mr. Todd. Look at my rack. No, so wrong. Nathan, it's from yesterday.
Folks,
Hey, let's not do that.
Actually, can I go to the bathroom now?
folks, we really got to learn to settle down. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Not as big.
Yeah. It was nothing. That's nothing. Leave the desk. Stop talking. Back to here. This is a little difficult to say. Perpendicular slopes. The slopes will change signs and flip the fraction. The fancy way to say that is negative reciprocal. But I'm not going to use that here. All I'm going to say is
You saw that, Mr. Todd. That's violence.
slopes will change signs and flip the fractions. Let me show you an example. If this slope was 3/4, what would this slope be? 4/3, but also negative. This one's going up, that one's got to be going down. That's simple. That's topic 5. Only got one more to go today.
Is this gonna be on the test?
All this stuff. I really have tried to keep it as simple as possible here. I've only talked about things that are going to be on the test. But we got a review sheet so that you can see if you can actually do it. Okay?
Sir, this isn't simple.
Daniel, this is the easiest thing ever.
Daniel, it's
I'm
okay.
joking.
No,
What do you have to?
Peter?
Peter, none of your comments, please.
I'm replacing kiddo. Hey, little dude, there's your time.
None of your comments, stay, please.
Are we done? Does anyone need more time there?
Yeah, we're good.
Is there 6?
We're going to do, there's only 10 total. I was going to do 6 today
So we do
to get past the half point. Then tomorrow I'll only have to do 4 on a Friday. Yeah? You should be able to do a lot of the review after I finish here.
Yeah, I'm good.
Daniel, what's wrong with that?
Peter, you have to sit down.
No more.
Goodbye, little dude.
What's your name on there?
forgot a letter. L. Horizontal lines have zero slope. They don't go up at all. Their equations look like y equals, and you just put the y-intercept there. You don't need a slope. You don't need x. For mine here, what's the y-intercept of this one? 3. So the lines are simpler looking, but they might cause you trouble because you're not used to seeing lines that are simple like that. Question?
Wait, what's the like 2 little red lines there?
Like 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Last thing today, vertical lines have undefined slope. We have no way to say what the slope is. Last sentence, their equation look like x equals, and we put the x-intercept here. They're completely different. So I'll draw one more. So I drew one, a vertical line. What's this one's x-intercept?
Negative 5.
-5, yeah. So those equations are very weird looking. And that's why it's on the study sheet. So you can look at it and be ready for vertical lines when they appear. Okay. Do you have any questions? Okay, before I finish the video, I want to look at the review for a second, and I want to look at all the questions that I think you can do. I know you don't have the review yet. I'm going to look at it first and tell you which of the questions I feel great that I've reviewed here, that you have a chance at them now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1 to 7. Okay? So 1 to 7 in the review we can now do. Actually, you can do more of them, but I haven't done the specific review for those just yet. Okay? So at least get the first 7 questions done.